Our next story tonight comes from the City of Angels, Los Angeles. It has passed a new resolution banning cell phones in schools. Now, this makes Los Angeles the largest school district in the U.S. to approve such a ban. The devices will be banned from next year. But how the policy will work is still not clear. Even so, the biggest question is, will the policy even work? Los Angeles is part of a growing trend in the U.S. where many are weighing how to manage cell phone use in schools. Across the world, almost 1 in 4 countries have banned smartphones in schools. But smartphone crackdowns in classrooms are contentious. Should smartphones be banned in schools? Here's a report.
This is Los Angeles, the most populous city in the US state of California. It is home to not only the iconic Hollywood sign, but also a lot of schools. Los Angeles is the second largest school district in the US, and now it has passed a resolution that will most likely bring joy to the teachers' lounges everywhere. Los Angeles has banned cell phones from its classrooms, making it the largest school district in the US to approve such a ban. The city will ban devices from next year, but how the policy will work is still not clear. A couple of ideas are in the mix. Schools can lock up devices in lockers, or they can partner with companies that make special phone pouches, so cell phones can be kept in the pouches until they are released at the end of the day. Los Angeles plans to spend the next 120 days mapping out the implementation plan. And it needs the time, because it is easy to call for a phone ban, but much harder to execute it on the ground. Smartphone crackdowns are contentious. It is well documented how smartphones have a hold on adolescents. It is undisputed that smartphones can be a distraction in classrooms. Cell phones can fuel cyberbullying and insecurities. They can harm mental health. According to a frequently cited study, adolescents who spend more than 3 hours a day on social media face double the risk of mental health problems like anxiety and depression. And just this month, the US Surgeon General Vivek Murthy called for warning labels on social media platforms, kind of like the labels on alcohol and boxes of cigarettes. But there is a flip side here. Students use phones to contact parents during commutes. They use phones as payment methods or as tools in cases of emergency. Bans risk cutting students off from important resources. Also, no one is sure if the bans even work. According to one study, schools with cell phone bans reported higher rates of cyberbullying. But in another study, there was a reduction in cyberbullying.
The phenomena of adolescents getting access to smartphones and social media, this is something that's only existed since the early 2010s, right? And it takes time to conduct good research studies and for research studies to sort of build upon each other and for some sense of consensus to arise.
Most US schools already have some kind of phone policy. About 76% of schools prohibit their non-academic use. Last year, Florida became the first state to crack down on phones in school. Oklahoma, Vermont, and Kansas have also recently introduced the legislation. New York and California are also contemplating statewide policies on the issue. And the US is hardly alone. From Colombia to Bangladesh, from Italy to France, almost 1 in 4 countries has banned smartphones in schools globally. Recently in the UK, Prime Minister Rishi Sunak issued a guidance to stop the use of mobile phones in classrooms. But it was not a law, just a firm request. Ideally, there should be a balance between online safety and limiting smartphone access, but that's been hard to achieve. So while policymakers want to ban smartphones in schools, no one really knows how to do it.
Obviously today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can we expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India shifting nuclear posture. The first time since India officially became a nuclear power.
Hello and welcome